Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everything Football and welcome to the Match Day 1 deadline stream for the Champions League fantasy game. Now, the Champions League is finally back. Finally, we get some proper football. So many transfers this summer transfer window. Can't wait to watch how the likes of PSG do. Can't wait to see the likes of Ronaldo at United. The new teams like Sheriff, how do they do? Real Madrid, Barcelona, how does Barcelona fare without Messi, Braithwaite, and all those players? Can't wait to see. So in this stream, I'm going to be taking a look at the fixtures for match week 1. I'm also going to be taking a look at my team. I did a video talking about my team selection with Josh from FPL Graduates, but there's been a couple of changes from that. Obviously, a couple of injuries that have been announced and a couple of players that I've really liked since. I'm also going to be taking a look at your teams. Anytime you send your team in and any questions you have, I will be taking a look at your teams. So Champions League starts in just about, the deadline is just under 2 hours. So I'll be streaming from now till like 30 minutes before, so I can give you guys time to change your team. So first up, I'll be taking a look at my league. So make sure to join my league. I'll put the code on screen right now. That's 83UVQC0A09. The direct link will be in the description if you want to join it. And all the other video links will be in the description, talking about the best goalkeepers, the best defenders to have, the best midfielders, the best strikers. That's for the entire season. And also the best captain picks for match day 1, just specifically for match day 1. And another video that is suitable for the whole group stage is the best differential option. So all the links will be in the description. A reminder of the league again, the code 83UVQC0A09. Make sure to join the league. The direct link is in the description. So first up, let's take a look at the fixtures for match day 1. Let's take a look at the fixtures for match day 1. So this is how it's looking for match day 1. Young Boys against United kicking it off in just under 2 hours. We'll have Salzburg traveling to Sevilla. Dynamo KIEV against Benfica. Benfica, I think they beat, was it PSV, if I'm not wrong, in one of their qualifying games. Barcelona against Bayern. The last time these two teams played, I think Bayern scored 8 goals or something. And now Barcelona have no Messi. How will they cope without Messi? Bayern, Gnabry is a doubt. The likes of Sana expected to start though. Villarreal against Atalanta. Villarreal, the actual Europa League champions, and Atalanta, teams that has been doing very well the last couple of seasons. Good to see them back. Lille against Wolfsburg. Lille, the French champions. It's not easy to beat PSG in the league. They always win, like for the last 10 years. So for Lille to win it, just like Montpellier did a couple of years ago in Bordeaux, they did very, very well. Wolfsburg started the season very well. How will they fare away at Lille? We also have Malmo and Juventus. They actually had a start that the last time Allegri got Juventus to the Champions League final, they actually started with an away game to Malmo. That is just crazy how things work like that again. Chelsea against Zenit. The Champions League winners of last season hosting Zenit. You can only see a Chelsea win here. Seriously, you can only see a Chelsea win. Let's go to the next day, Wednesday. The Wednesday fixtures. We'll have Besiktas and Dortmund kicking it off tomorrow. Can't wait to see Haaland again. Last season, he was magnificent. 10 goals in the Champions League. Sheriff, the debutants, hosting Shakhtar, who are always regulars. Club Brugge against PSG. PSG, a mighty PSG. Messi, Wijnaldum, Hakimi, Donnarumma, Ramos, although he's injured. So many new players. How will they cope? City against Leipzig. Leipzig, unfortunately for them, they lost their manager. They've lost a couple of players as well. Not really the same Leipzig we saw from last season. They just lost 4-1 to Bayern in their league recently. Man City will be at home to Leipzig. Atletico Madrid against FC Porto. FC Porto eliminating Juventus last season. Atletico Madrid, Spanish giants as usual. They won the La Liga last season. Can't wait to see how they do this season in the Champions League. Liverpool against AC Milan, winners of the Champions League 2 seasons ago against AC Milan. Winners several times, very, very many times. This was the Champions League final in 2005 and 2007. I still remember those finals very well. Sporting against Ajax. Sporting champions of Portugal League last season, and Ajax, as usual, Champions League regulars, always in Europe. Champions League, Europa League, they're always in Europe. And then the big one, Inter Milan against Real Madrid. Inter Milan San Siro games are always magnificent, hosting Real Madrid. Real Madrid, the likes of Bale back, Hazard is now fit. Although they've started the season a bit well, but both teams are really conceding goals. They're both conceding a lot of goals. Real Madrid conceding 2 to Celta Vigo, even though they scored 5 of their own. And Inter Milan also scoring and conceding 2 goals against Sampdoria over the weekend. So those are the fixtures for match day 1. If I'm to predict these fixtures, man, it's going to be very hard. I'm going to go for probably United to beat Young Boys by 3 goals to 1 maybe. Sevilla to win against Salzburg 2-1. Sevilla have conceded just 1 goal so far this season in 4 matches, so could easily be a clean sheet. Dynamo KIEV against Benfica. Benfica maybe to win 2-1. I think Barcelona will lose 3-2 to Bayern. Villarreal and Atalanta, I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw, a high-scoring game there. Maybe not a good idea to have any of their defenders. Lille against Wolfsburg, I'm going to be sitting on the fence for that one as well. I am going to go for a 1-1 draw in that one. I'm also going to go for Malmo against Juventus. I'm going to go for Juventus to win and keep a clean sheet 3-0. Chelsea as well, I can see a 4-0. Besiktas and Dortmund. Dortmund will probably win, but Besiktas at home and in their league, they've not conceded a goal. Here's the start for you. I can see there are a couple of people watching now. Besiktas and Nice are the only teams in the entire Europe to not consider goal until now. They've not considered a goal. So probably a good choice to have their goalkeeper in Besiktas. Sheriff against Shakhtar, I think it's going to be a hard, fast game for Sheriff. They'll lose 3-1 maybe. Club Brugge against Paris. I think Messi and his teammates will probably win that one 3-0. City will beat Leipzig. Leipzig, they don't have their coach anymore. I'm going to go for City 3-0. Atletico against FC Porto. Atletico to win this game 2-1. Liverpool and Milan, I'm going to go for a draw. I think AC Milan with the likes of Ibrahimovic and those kind of players are not useless at all. So I think they're going to draw 2-2. Sporting and Ajax, I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. And Inter Milan and Real Madrid, I'm going to be sitting on the fence yet again. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. So next up, obviously, I'm going to go to my team. Let me see the questions so far. Thank you, everyone, for the comments so far. Ask Dravidan, if I hope I'm saying your name right. He says, what about Chelsea defenders? Who will start? So the one that I think is definitely going to start is going to be Reece James. He was suspended and he got a red card against Liverpool before the international break and did not play against Aston Villa. So I think he comes straight in. 5.5, very, very good option. Now, for the left back, it could be anyone. Probably I'd go for Chilwell, but it's too much of a risk. They're so expensive, and I really want my Chelsea defender to play because I'm expecting a clean sheet. So I'd probably go for Chilwell if you want to take the risk, but Alonso is also a good option, but I don't think he'll start. So James would be the best option, and maybe Rudiger the second option as well. And Rudiger is cheaper. He's 5 million. Christensen, Thiago Silva could be one of them. Not sure who's going to start. And Azpilicueta will probably start, but it's going to be a bit of a risk. So I'd say Reece James and Rudiger are the best options. And in terms of who is going to start, I'd say Reece James as the right wing back, Chilwell as the left wing back, and then Rudiger, Azpilicueta, and Thiago Silva. That's who I think they'll go for. Cookie Hyman, he says Young Boys 0, Manchester United 5. Maybe not 5, maybe 4. Yeah, just one less goal, but I think they'll definitely score a lot of goals in that game. The likes of Fernandes, Ronaldo, all very good options. 1-1 in the next 2. 4-2 to Bayern, that would be a big win. My big shock is Malmo beating Juventus. Nah, no chance. Now, listen, Juventus have started the season very poorly, by the way. They did lose to Empoli, of all teams, at home. And they also, I think, drew with Udinese. So they started the season quite badly. So, I mean, I don't see Malmo beating them, though. The only thing that could happen is maybe Juventus to win by few goals, maybe a 1-0 or something. So next up, I'll be going to my team. Next up, let's take a look at my team. Let's take a look at how my team stands at the moment. So let's go to Gamey. I've made a couple of changes. So I started making these teams like 2 weeks ago, and I've had a lot of changes because obviously at first you have this player from Liverpool, and then you're like, nah, they have a hard fixture. Let me bring in a Bayern player. And then you remember they're in a tough group, and then you change it. And then some injuries as well. A couple of players have picked up injuries as well, unfortunately. So let's take a look at how my team looks like for game week 1. So wait. I hope I'm logged in. Just a moment. So as I log in, send any questions you have in the chat here. It's already logged in. Why did they make me think I'm not logged in? So let's take a look at how my fantasy team is looking like at the moment. How my fantasy team is looking like. The deadline is in, I think, less than 2 hours. So make sure to be sorting out your teams very quickly. Let me take a look at my team so far, how it stands. So view team. Yeah, so we have 1 hour and 51 minutes until the deadline. 1 hour and 51 minutes until the deadline. So I've made a couple of changes, as I said, from my team. Make sure to join the league, by the way. Make sure to join my league. Here is the code. Make sure to join my league. The code is in the description, and the code is also here on screen. 83UVQC0A09. So that's Everything Football League. Make sure to join it. The direct link is in the description, so make sure to join. So this is how my team stands at the moment. In goal, I've made a couple of changes. So at first, I had Alisson of Liverpool and his backup goalkeeper at Liverpool, that's Gallagher. I think I'm saying the name right. But I thought Alisson is a bit too expensive and is in a very tough group. So I changed that at first to, who was it? Andanovic of Inter Milan. But then again, Inter Milan have not kept any clean sheets this season. They're not looking good defensively. And they also have Real Madrid in the first game. And also Shakhtar, I'm expecting them to score against Inter Milan anyway. So for me, so far, I'm going for my goalkeepers. I've gone cheap so that's to allow me to have expensive players in the middle. I've gone for Vlachodimos of Benfica as my goalkeeper. He's playing Dynamo KIEV in the first game, and it's only 4.5. It's only going to cost you 4.5. I know these 3 fixtures are very hard. Barcelona, Bayern twice, and then Barcelona again. Pretty hard, but Barcelona don't have Messi anymore. Braithwaite is injured. The only threat, I'd say, the likes of Depay, but apart from that, Barcelona is not the same Barcelona we used to know. He's only selected by 1%. And listen, if he's playing on a Tuesday and he doesn't work out, I can bring on this other guy, Çalhanoğlu of Besiktas. As I said, he's the only goalkeeper plus the Nice goalkeeper in the French league to not concede a goal at all so far this season. In the entire Europe, he's the only goalkeeper alongside the Nice goalkeeper to not concede a goal this season. They have Dortmund, AJAX, and Sporting twice in the first 4 games. So those are my 2 goalkeepers. And it's only going to cost you 4 million. He's the only 4 million goalkeeper who's going to play. That's Çalhanoğlu. So Vlach is in my team as of now. If he gets 1 point to 0, I'm just going to take him off and bring in Çalhanoğlu. So I actually have a back 5. I actually have a back 5 in my team right now. Surprisingly, I currently have a back 5. So in my back 5, I have I've gone for the team that I'm expecting to keep clean sheet and the ones that I'm expecting some recovery points from and a couple of attacking points from. So the first one is Kimmich. Joshua Kimmich, I mean, he's playing in midfield. He's a defender, but he plays in midfield for Bayern Munich, and I think 6.5 is quite much worth it. I mean, in the first game, I know they have Barcelona, but Dynamo KIEV and Benfica twice. Attacking potential. He's getting the clean sheet. If they actually get the points, he'll get the points from the clean sheet. If they actually keep a clean sheet, very good option. And also the fact that he's currently owned by 25%, that is also making it easy to have him in. And as someone had asked, easier Dravidan. As you can see, I have Reece James in my team. That's the one I've gone for. He did not play for Chelsea over the weekend and is definitely going to start this game. So 12% owned. And the fixtures, man, Zenit, Malmo, and even Juventus. Juventus do not have Cristiano Ronaldo, so I'll not be surprised if Chelsea keep a clean sheet against Juventus in one of the games. For Chelsea, last season they kept 9 out of 13 clean sheets, 9 clean sheets out of 13 games, and they faced Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, Manchester City. It's not like they were facing mediocre teams. They also played Sevilla, and they kept 9 out of 10 clean sheets. So Reece James, attacking potential, is already scored in the league this season, is already assisted as well. And the fact that he rested over the weekend, and also the fact that he's playing Zenit at home, could easily be a double figure haul. Let's go to Hakimi next. For Hakimi, I mean, attacking potential as again. Hakimi is a defender who's supposed to be like a striker, basically. 39% selected. That's a high ownership. Yes, in match day 2 they have City, which will be difficult, and in match day 1 they have Club Brugge though. So the only thing that has made me think twice about Hakimi is the fact that I thought they were going to be playing in a back 5, but I saw the last 2 games. I think it was against Brest and I think against Reims, if I'm not wrong. They actually did keep. They actually played a back 4. I think that is because Ramos is currently injured, so they've not turned to a back 5. It will be interesting to see when Ramos comes back how they will actually line up in the team. So I need to know that. But as of now, I think having him in my team is very good. Hakimi attacking threat. He's already scored a goal this season as well. And the time he played for Dortmund, Real Madrid, is always scoring goals all over the place. So Hakimi is the next defender to be in my team. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he could leave my team, but the fact that he's playing young boys and United's group is quite easy. I'd say Villarreal, Atalanta. Not that easy, but you get my point. It's not like having Bayern Munich in the same group or something. So United could keep clean sheets here. They've obviously added the likes of Varane into their team. Ige has been looking good this season. He's only selected by 9%. And if Ronaldo is going to score from headers, it's going to be this guy, Wan-Bissaka, and Shaw actually putting in the crosses. Those are the 2 players who are going to be putting in the crosses for Cristiano Ronaldo. So if he gets an assist and keeps a clean sheet, that's high scoring for him. So I've had him there in a back 5. If Wan-Bissaka does not score, does not assist, or does not keep a clean sheet, it's going to be easy to bring some of the players who are playing on Wednesday from the bench, but we'll come to that. And my final defender in my team is Diego Carlos of Sevilla. This is a differential option. I've done a video talking about the best budget differentials, and this guy is one of them. Last season, as you can see, he picked up 18 points, 18 for balls recovered. Just balls recovered, 18 points. That's a lot. It's only the likes of N'Golo Conte who have this kind of numbers. And I think, was it Verratti at PSG, one of those players who have this kind of numbers? That's a lot of points in terms of ball recoveries. And also, Sevilla this season, Sevilla have played 4 games and they've only conceded 1 goal. So Sevilla in that group of theirs, let's take a look at their group. Obviously, the first game is at home against Salzburg. Is going to be playing at the same time as the United game. They also have Wolfsburg. They also have Lille twice. I mean, I expect Sevilla to win this group. And if they're going to win it, they're going to probably keep a couple of clean sheets along the way. So those are my 5 defenders. Kimmich of Barcelona, Reece James of Zenit, Wan-Bissaka of United, Hakimi of PSG, and Diego Carlos of Sevilla. The only changes I could make here, maybe in game week 2 or 3, Kimmich is going to stay in my team until game week 6. Reece James, unless Chelsea start rotating the defenders or something, he'll probably stay in my team. Wan-Bissaka could maybe be sold somewhere when they're playing Villarreal or Atalanta. Hakimi will definitely stay in my team, although they have City in the next game, a tough one. And Diego Carlos will definitely stay in my team. So those are my defenders. Those are my defenders so far. Let me know in the comment section any questions you have and any defenders you're picking. How does your backline look? For my goalkeepers, I've gone for Vlacho Dimos of Benfica and Destanoglu of Besiktas, who's going to play against Dortmund in the first game. So let me see. Let me take a question here. He says, congrats. Thank you, man. It's still a new channel, so make sure to smash the like button and make sure to subscribe. I really actually just love making fantasy content. This is my 2nd channel, but I absolutely love making it. I absolutely love like this, talking with every single fan, like fans from City, Besiktas, Dortmund, and yeah, just to make Champions League content is awesome. And he also asks, Federico Valverde is worth a try. Man, it's going to be a tough one. Let's take a look at their fixtures. Let me take a look at his fixtures, and then we'll probably have a better answer to that. Let me take a look at the order of his fixtures. Remember, you can play your wildcard in later on in the campaign. So it's going to be, let me see, Valverde. So the only problem with that group, the first fixture with Inter Milan and Real Madrid. Let me take a look at the order of the fixtures. So obviously it's playing Inter Milan first, and then Sheriff Shakhtar twice. There, it's very good. I think they're back at the Bernabeu. I think they're now playing their home games at Bernabeu, so that's a good thing. So these 4 fixtures, in fact, in a row, very, very good fixtures. Real Madrid, last season, let me take a look at how many balls he recovered. 29, 8 points for ball recoveries, picked up a lot of yellow cards, and he played 507 minutes. And if you're to ask me 6 million midfielders, it could be him or the likes of Diego Llorente. Those are the two players I could go for, either him or not Diego Llorente. Why did I say Diego Llorente? Marcos Llorente of Atletico Madrid. Sorry. Marcos Llorente and Federico could be a good option. So maybe not in game week 1 or match week 1 where they're facing Inter Milan. I actually do expect Inter Milan to win that game. Inter Milan, yes, they don't have the likes of Conte or Lukaku anymore, but Zeko, Lautaro Martinez, Çalhanoğlu looking good. I watched both their games over the weekend, Real Madrid against Celta Vigo and Inter Milan against Sampdoria. They all looked great. So to answer your question, Valverde, I'd say yes. I'd say, yeah, 6 million, I'd definitely try and get him in. And the other options, someone like Marcos Llorente in midfield if you prefer Atletico Madrid to Real Madrid. So those are the guys I'd go for. Big Man asks, what time is the deadline? The deadline will be, let me give you the exact time. Let me give you the exact time. The deadline is, it's under 2 hours though. So it will be, let's say, in 1 hour and 45 minutes. That's when the deadline will be, in 1 hour and 45 minutes. Because I don't know which country you are in, but in 1 hour, 45 minutes is when the deadline is. So they actually give you time to check the United and the Sevilla team news, the Salzburg team news, and all those other teams. So 1 hour, 45 minutes. Make sure to smash the like button. I'll really appreciate it. And make sure to subscribe. The channel is still new, so I'll appreciate it. Moni Bakali, thank you for being here. He says, I'm going for Lewandowski, Lukaku, and Haaland. Is that good? Oh, yeah, definitely. Lewandowski. I mean, Lewandowski is Lewandowski. Lewandowski is one of those players who does not care which team is playing. Whether it's Barcelona, whether it's Dynamo, KIEV, whether it's Roma, this guy always scores. I know he has Barcelona, but as I said, Barcelona is not the same team. And they also have the likes of Benfica and I think Dynamo KIEV in the group. So Lewandowski is a great option, absolutely. Lukaku started the season on fire, 3 goals so far this season for Chelsea already in 3 games. And he has Zenit at home. And also in the Juventus games, I can see Lukaku scoring. So Lukaku is a very good option. And Haaland as well, absolutely good option. Haaland is a magnificent option as well. And what actually makes me definitely have Haaland was the first strike I put into my team. And that is because of the kind of fixtures he has and the kind of group he has. The likes of Besiktas, basically Dortmund, they don't have a big team in the group. It's 50-50. Any team can win that group, basically. The likes of Sporting, AJAX, any team could win that group. It's an open group. So Haaland, I think he scored 65 goals in 65 games for Dortmund. That is just crazy. And in the Champions League last season, he scored goal after goal. In the last international break, he scored a hat-trick for Norway. I mean, Haaland is Haaland. I even have a picture for you there. Haaland is Haaland. He will always score. The other day, he scored against Leverkusen. This guy is a beast. So for those 3 strikers, yes. Although if you're going to have that kind of team, I'd say at least have a United midfielder somewhere. Maybe Bruno Fernandes, although it's going to be very expensive. Or a Greenwood somewhere. If you're feeling risky, you could go for maybe a Sancho something, because I think you have to have a United player in your team. I think United will definitely do well in their group and probably win it as well. So yes, for me, that is a good team in terms of front line. Hadik Bandari says Royce or Hakimi. So that's a midfielder and a defender, or which? Yeah, that's a midfielder and a defender. Royce or Hakimi. As I said, I really like Royce's fixtures. Dortmund have Besiktas in the first game, and they also have Sporting and AJAX. And Hakimi's first fixture is very good, but they have City in the second fixture. So I'd probably say Royce. If you're to ask me both of them, I'd say both. I really would like to see the rest of your team, but as of now, I'd say Royce. I'd go for Marco Royce. A lot of Marcos I'd go for. Marcos Llorente, Marcos Royce, Marcos Acuna of Sevilla. So many Marcoses there. So I'd probably go for Royce to answer that. But if you can have both, definitely have both. Dravidan says Correa or Llorente. So that's Atletico Madrid. I'd say Llorente. Llorente is £6 million. Let me show you. Llorente is currently in my team. £6 million, and the guy plays anywhere. I've seen him playing at left wing back, right wing back, central midfield. He scored some goals against Liverpool a couple of seasons ago. They have Liverpool in the same group now. Last season, he played like every single minute, and he picked up 9 points from 35 balls recovered. He also scored a goal. He also assisted. So Llorente is the guy who was recently brought into my team. So I'd say Llorente. Correa, not sure whether he's going to start or not for his team, so I'd go for Llorente at 6 million. So that's the one I'd go for. Dravidan says, what about Juventus midfielder? So as of now, I've just heard that Chiesa is out with an injury, and Cuadrado plays. I saw him playing as a right back the other day. I do not want my midfielder playing as a right back. I do not want that. So that puts me off him. So Chiesa is currently injured. I'd have loved Chiesa, but Chiesa is 9 million. 9 million. Chiesa is 9 million. So that is pretty expensive. And Juventus have not started the season well at all. They lost at home to Empoli. They, I think, drew with Udinese. They've not won a game this season. Juventus looks like they're really missing Ronaldo. So for me, Juventus midfielders, I'd try and hold. The fact that they're playing Malmo, I'll try and get one of the defenders. So if you really want a Juventus midfielder, Dravidan, I'd probably go for Locatelli. I have not considered him in any of my setups, but if you want a Juventus midfielder, let me go to Juventus here. If you really want a Juventus midfielder, I'd probably go for Locatelli. I think he'll definitely start today. Up front, we really have so many striking options. I'd probably go for Diabala. I think he'll start. So again, with Chiellini and De Ligt, who's going to start? Are they going to play a back three? Are they both of them going to start? That's the other thing. Bonucci was in my team, but I took him out. Cuadrado, as I said, he plays as a defender sometimes. I do not like that one. And he also put in crosses for Ronaldo. Ronaldo is not there anymore. And Chiesa is out with an injury. So Locatelli could be the only option. Ramsey, I do not like Ramsey as an option. So Locatelli at 6.5, probably. We saw him doing very well in the Euros. So you could have Locatelli, but that is the only option. Hadik says, will you be coming live every week? Yep. Sometimes I'll be coming in with some guests as well. So this is the first stream, UCL stream I'm doing on this channel. So in case you really have to know, I have a second channel. I'm actually an Arsenal fan here. Imagine that is a downer. I'm actually an Arsenal fan. Can you imagine? So I have to do the fantasy content to at least talk about Champions League because my team will never be in the Champions League. So I have a second channel where I do Arsenal content, but here I'm here to talk about every of the other teams. So yep, I'll be coming live every week. I've done a lot of videos. Best midfielders to have, best defenders to have, best goalkeepers to have, best budget options, best captains for this week. Also did best differentials. I also did a team selection video with some guests. So yeah, I'll be coming live every week. So thank you, Hadik. Make sure to smash the like button and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Moni says, should I go with any of the defenders, maybe Shaw and Bissaka? I think Shaw is a bit expensive. I have him in my English Premier League fantasy team, and they conceded to Newcastle. So for me, Shaw, no, I'd go for Wan-Bissaka because he's as 0.5 cheaper, but Shaw is really good at crosses. And as I said, if Ronaldo is going to score, it's probably going to be one of these two players crossing, either Shaw or Wan-Bissaka. So yeah, I think Shaw is a good option. If you have that extra money, you could go for Shaw, but I personally have Wan-Bissaka. Shaw is not a good, is not a bad option. Sorry, we are not able to see due to comments. Okay, sorry, I'll put it up. Sorry. Let me just finish a couple of comments and then I'll put it up, or I can just do this. Let me just take it up. Okay, let me expand it like this. Maybe you can see it. Let me see. I think that's visible now. I think that's visible. I think that's visible now. Let me put it up a bit. Yeah. So okay, let me just help you by going through my team again. So in goal, I have Vlacho of Benfica. Is 4.5 million, and he has such a good group, apart from obviously Bayern and okay, for Bayern and Barcelona, they're very good teams, but you can pick up save points if you know what I mean. Destanoglu of Besiktas. Besiktas have not considered a goal so far this season. Only 2 teams in the entire Europe have not considered a goal this season. So it's good to have the Besiktas goalkeeper. I also have a back 5 with Kimmich, James, Wan-Bissaka, Hakimi, and Diego Carlos. So that's the one I've done. So let me now go to my midfielder. So I have Mason Mount of Chelsea just because he's playing Zenit. He's actually Zenit in the first game, and also because he did not over the weekend. He did not play for Chelsea over the weekend. He was rested. So a very good option that I definitely considered 7.5. And against Zenit, if Lukaku is going to score, it's probably going to be him assisting. So yes, that's why I've gone for him. And Gundogan at Manchester City, I cannot see any other Man City player to have because the rotation is too much. Their players are too expensive. I do not want to have Mahrez at like 9 million and then he doesn't start. That's too bad. So I've gone for Gundogan, who did very well last season. And up front, I've gone for Haaland, Lukaku, and Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo, self-explanatory. This guy is the all-time Champions League top scorer, the all-time international top scorer. He scores goals every year he is. So yes, Ronaldo, that is why he is in my team. Lukaku, he is in my team as well as the captain for today. If it doesn't work out, I'll just change to another captain for tomorrow. That's Haaland. So Lukaku against Zenit is my striker and also Haaland. So the three strikers will probably not change for the whole season unless Messi just goes in and bangs 3 goals against Club Brugge, and I'm tempted to bring him in. But the 3 strikers are going to stay consistent. Mount and Gundogan in midfield, Kimmich, James, Wan-Bissaka, Hakimi, and Diego Carlos at the back, and Vlacho Dimos, the goalkeeper for Benfica, at the back. So these are my subs, the 3 subs. That's because obviously for the Champions League fantasy, you can make changes on the next day if your players don't perform. And Destanoglu could be the one coming in for Vlacho if he concedes a goal. Llorente of Atletico Madrid could come in for anyone who doesn't deliver on the Tuesday. Alvarez of Ajax could probably come in again, but I don't think he's a goal scorer and attacking threat though. And Frank Kessie has been taking AC Milan's penalty over the last couple of years, so I'd probably bring him in if one of my players here don't score. So Kessie will probably come in. So that is how my team looks like. Am I afraid not to have any Liverpool players as of now? 100%. Like Liverpool always score goals. So Salah, Mane, Jota, all of them good options, but they have a hard group, and that is why I've not had any of their players in. So that is how my team looks like. I'll not make any changes again. I'll wait for the United lineup. If Ronaldo and Wan-Bissaka both start, it's going to stay the same. If Carlos starts for Sevilla, it's also going to stay the same. The only changes I could make today is if Ronaldo doesn't start. If Ronaldo doesn't start, then I'd be tempted to change Ronaldo to maybe Mbappe or something. If Wan-Bissaka doesn't start, I have 0.5 in the bank. I can just switch him to Shaw. And if Diego Carlos doesn't start, I can just go for Marcos Acuna, his teammate at Sevilla. So those are the options I would go for. That is how my team looks like. No changes. I'm not going to make any more changes. So let me take a few more comments. And thank you everyone for watching, man. Make sure to smash the like button and to subscribe and help the channel grow. So let's take a look at the fixtures again at the bottom. Young Boys against Manchester United. Sevilla against Salzburg, expecting a Sevilla win. Barcelona against Bayern. I'm actually going to go for both teams to score there. Dynamo, KIEV and Benfica could be anyone, but I'd go for Benfica win. Villarreal and Atalanta, I'm going to go for a draw. Lille against Wolfsburg, I'm going to go for a draw as well, 1-1. Villarreal 2-2. Chelsea to win this game 4-0. Malmo against Juventus. Juventus will probably win this game 3-0. Besiktas and Dortmund, I'm going to go for Dortmund to win it 2-1. Shakhtar to beat Sheriff 3-1. PSG to beat Club Brugge by 3-4-0. City to beat Leipzig 3-0. Atletico Madrid to beat FC Porto 2-1. Liverpool to beat Liverpool to draw with AC Milan, 2-2. I think AC Milan have a really good team. And Inter Milan against Real Madrid, I'm going to go for a draw, 2-2. And Sporting against Ajax, I'm going to go for another draw. So a lot of draws there. But all the teams to score there, all the teams to score. Let me take a look at more comments. Ryan says you should put Acuna in for Carlos as he's a nailed wing back for Sevilla. Now, yes, I know Marcos Acuna is a nailed wing and attacking potential, but I've gone for Carlos because of the recovery points he picked up last season. Remember, in Champions League, you get extra points for scoring from outside the box. You get extra points for winning penalties. You get extra points for ball recoveries. And Carlos had more ball recoveries last season. He actually made 58 ball recoveries, and that is why I've gone for Carlos there. They're the same price, so both options could be good. You could also double up for both of them because they've kept some clinches this season and they have a good group. Moni says, my team, De Gea, Rudiger, Trent, Hakimi, Varane, Bellingham, Mount, Lamela, Lukaku, Lewandowski, and Haaland. So for the front line, as I've said, absolutely good. Lukaku, Lewandowski, and Haaland, I'm okay with that. Mount, absolutely okay with that because of the fact that they're playing Zenit and he rested over the weekend. And If Lukaku is going to score, it's going to be Mount passing to him. Lamela, I thought about Lamela. I know he scored a goal. I think it was against Getafe. He scored a winning goal. But the problem is, it's been coming off the bench. I do not like my players coming off the bench. I want my player to start. Lamela is 6 million. If he was a guaranteed starter, I'd definitely have him in because of the Sevilla group. But the fact that he's been coming off the bench, I do not like. So you could take the risk because, listen, we have the team news. We'll have the team news in like an hour. So if he doesn't start, just take him out. If he starts, very, very good option for you. Bellingham at Dortmund. Dortmund has such a good group, so I'm happy with that. Although he's costing more than 7 million, so I don't know if there are any better players. Varane at United. You've gone for a double up for United's defense, De Gea and Varane. Rudiger, good option. Alexander-Arnold, good option. Hakimi, one of the best options you'd ever have as a defender. This guy can play as a striker. Varane. So the only changes that make, maybe this is your starting lineup. I'd like to see your bench. The only changes that make is just one change. Maybe change one of the United. Maybe change De Gea to another goalkeeper to have a wider coverage in terms of a cover. And maybe Varane. I don't know. Varane. I don't know. I know it's like 5.5. I don't know if you can get any defenders like we say the Sevilla defenders. One of them, Diego Carlos or Acuna, as Ryan said earlier on. Both of them are really good options. So for me, I'd have one of them ahead of Varane since you already have De Gea as a goalkeeper for United. Yeah, so those could be the only changes I'd make. So as of now, though, that's my team. Thank you very much, guys, for the questions and for the comments and the likes and everything. I really appreciate it. So let's take a look at that's my league code again. Make sure to join. That's 83UV QC0A09. Make sure to join the league. Make sure to join the league. So yeah, that's how my team stands. I'm not going to make any changes. Any questions you have, again, make sure to send. So that's how my team stands as of now. I'm definitely afraid of not owning Mohamed Salah, 22% owned. But the problem with Salah is the fixtures are not really the best. Atletico Madrid twice, AC Milan twice, FC Porto twice. FC Porto eliminated Juventus from the Champions League last season. Atletico Madrid are the champions of the La Liga. AC Milan have Giroud, Ibrahimovic. They're not useless anymore. And I think they're second in their league this season so far. So they're doing good. You're welcome, man. You're welcome, man. Make sure to subscribe, man. The channel is still new, as I said, still trying to grow it. So be back again for next week, as I think the Champions League is in 2 weeks. So the content will always come for Champions League. In case you haven't watched the other fixtures and the other videos, sorry, and you need more details, sorry, you can check out the rest of the page. Best defenders, best goalkeepers, all that. If you need more breakdown, I did that on the other videos. So thank you, man. Take care. Enjoy the Champions League and enjoy the Matchday 1 Champions League. So the next thing I'll talk about is captaincy. Which captains should we go for? They have that banner here. So let me see. Best, let me just write it. Best captains. Best captain. Let me know in the comment section, who are you captaining for Matchday 1? Who are you captaining for Matchday 1? For me, as you can see, as of now, I have it on Lukaku. I definitely expect him to score against Zenit. As I said, I'm an Arsenal fan, and I saw Lukaku playing against us, and it was painful. He's really good. He's actually that good. And he's going to play against Zenit, against Malmo, even against Juventus. Juventus are not the same team without Ronaldo. And KIEV is not even there. He's injured. So Lukaku is a good option. I've captained him. If he doesn't score, I'll have Haaland as the captain tomorrow. Those are my 2 choices. Lukaku today, if he doesn't score, I'll change it to Haaland tomorrow. Your rental will probably end up in the first team as well in case one of these players doesn't deliver. He'll probably end up in my team. So the best captains, the first one I'll go for is obviously Romelu Lukaku. As I said, 3 goals already so far this season. Water player for Chelsea, and everything will go through him. He's a guaranteed starter. I'm telling you, he's not going to sit on the bench. And when Lukaku plays, he plays 90 minutes. Lukaku is just like Cristiano. They do not want to get subbed off. When he starts, he's going to finish the game. So Lukaku against Zenit, I don't think you can get any better captain than that. You have to have Lukaku in your team. If you have Lukaku in your team, you have to have him as a captain. And I'll probably even go as much as saying you have to have him in your team. Let's take a look at how many people actually have him in their team. Lukaku. So that's Lukaku's details, 10.5 million. 20% ownership as of now. I think that will rise up to at least 25% by the time we hit the deadline. So Lukaku is a good option to have in your team as the captain as well. Where is Salah or Mane? I know, very good question. Very good question, Georgie or Gorgie. Sorry, so let me know how to say your name, by the way. Where is Salah or Mane? I know, man. I've tried to get them into my team, but I just can't get into my team, man. That's because you've seen I've gone for very expensive defenders because all these defenders are quite good. Hope you can see that. Yeah. So let me just expand that. I hope that's clearer. Yep, that's clearer. Thank goodness for technology. So as you can see, I have Kimmich, Reece James, Wan-Bissaka, Hakimi, and Diego Carlos. So these 5 guys, Kimmich plays as a midfielder. So if he gets any attacking return like a goal, that's an extra point. Reece James did not start over the weekend, is definitely going to play for Chelsea. Wan-Bissaka, need a United defender. Hakimi is Hakimi. He always attacks, he always plays like a right midfielder. And Diego Carlos, Sevilla, looking really good in defense, and also his save point, not his save points, his recovery potential is very good in terms of recovery points. And in midfield, I have Mount and Gundogan. And Mount is playing against Zenit. Gundogan is playing at home to Leipzig. I'm expecting both of them to get attacking returns. Llorente, Kessie, Alvarez. So let's try and do what you're trying to say. Let's try and take out. Let me try and put in Salah for. Let me take out Gundogan. Let's try and see how it works out and put in Salah. So that will leave me to have to look for 3 million somewhere. And to have to look for 3 million somewhere, I'd have to literally break down my whole team. I'd have to take apart my whole team. If I bring in Salah for Gundogan, I do not want to take out Haaland. I do not want to take out Lukaku and Cristiano. For my defense, the only other option to get this 3 million that I don't have here, minus 3 million, I'd have to take out Llorente, let's say, and bring in a 5 million midfielder. I'd have to take out Kimmich and bring in, let's say, take out Kimmich, and I'd have 3.5 million, and let me take out Llorente. Let's try and take a look at George's question in terms of Salah or Mane. Let me try and see if I can fit them in my team. So if I take out Kimmich, take out Gundogan, and take out Marcos Llorente, I bring in Salah, I have 9.5 million to get a midfielder and a defender. So Kante is currently injured, but let's try and put him in. Could be any 5.5 million, a midfielder, 5.5 million. Let's try and take a look at N'Golo Conte. Let's bring in N'Golo Conte. You have too many Chelsea players. That's already a problem. I'm telling you, these are already problems on problems. So the other 5.5 midfielder I could bring in, let's go to, who could I bring in? Let's see, Bayern have no midfielders. Besiktas, Dortmund, Dynamo, KIEV. Probably, let me go to PSG. I know Paredes, I think that's his name. I think is around that kind of price. Yep, I was right. He's 5.5. So let's put in Paredes. I already do not like the midfielders for PSG because I do not know who's going to play. I saw Herrera scoring. Verratti is there. They have Gueye. They have Wijnaldum. They have way too many midfielders, and it's so hard to know who I'm going to play. So the next thing I'd do is to bring in a defender for 4 million. I mean, I can't have Salah and Mane in my team, sorry, because it takes apart my team. I'd have to take out so many good players I want in my team. So for Salah and Mane, again, another thing I do not like about their group is they have so many difficult fixtures. AC Milan is not an easy team. They have the likes of Giroud, the likes of Ibrahimovic. It's a good team, and they're currently second in their league. They also have Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid could keep a clean sheet against Liverpool very easily. Atletico Madrid love a 1-0. I watched the game against Espanyol. Yes, they could have considered a couple of goals, but I would not want a strike against Atletico Madrid. They're pretty good. So for me, I cannot have any Liverpool midfielders anyway. But let's try and take a look at Jota. Could Jota be a good option? Let's see how much Jota is, because Salah and Mane are way too expensive. Liverpool, though Jota could start, will definitely start because Firmino is injured. So let's take a look at how much Fabinho is. How much is Fabinho? Not Fabinho, sorry, Jota. You're even confusing me, man. Where is Jota? Jota. I don't know how much Jota is, but let's go to Liverpool here. Let's take a look at Liverpool's team and see which option I'd have. Listen, it scares me not to have any Liverpool players, especially their defenders, obviously. Jota is 8 million and is ranked as a forward. So to have Jota in my team, I'd have to take Haaland, Lukaku, and Ronaldo out, which I'm definitely not doing. So for the Liverpool midfielders, sorry, I'll not have them. Maybe later on in the groups. Remember, match week 1 is not the game is not ending in match week 1. We could always bring in these players later on. But as of now, I'm really happy with my team. So Salah and Mane, too expensive for my team. Damien says, why James over Azpilicueta? Because James was playing as the right wing back. Azpilicueta, if both of them start, Azpilicueta plays as a centre back. James plays as a right wing back. James has already scored a goal this season. He's already assisted. James also rested against Aston Villa for the Chelsea fans who are in the chat. James rested against Aston Villa because he had a red card, so he's definitely going to start, and that's why I've put James over Azpilicueta. Georgie says, I think Kimmich will be good after Barcelona's match. Yeah, could be true. The good thing is that they are playing today, and in the Champions League, we could make changes. So if he doesn't start, or he doesn't score, he doesn't assist, and he gets 1 point, let's say, I can just take him out and bring on Marcos Llorente as a good option as well. So that could be an option. But I think Kimmich takes free kicks as well. I saw him assisting Rudiger for Germany in the international break. Is a good option in terms of going forward. As I said, Jota is a striker, so yeah, I can't have him in my team, unfortunately, and Jota is really a midfielder. They're just putting him as a striker in all the games because he's really a midfielder, to be fair, but hey, he's a striker because he's caused the goals in such good positions. Lukaku, Ronaldo, Haaland are definitely not going out of my team. So let's go back to the best captains. My first one was Lukaku. The second option I'm going to go for as my captain is going to be obviously Ronaldo. He's playing against young boys. It could also be his teammate. You could also go for his teammate, Bruno Fernandes, because I think if United are going to score 4 goals, Ronaldo is not going to score 4. Bruno Fernandes is probably going to get one of them and a couple of assists there. So those two would probably be good options as well. But Ronaldo, you cannot look past Ronaldo. As I said, this is an all-time Champions League goal scorer, all-time international goal scorer, record after record after record. Let me see how many people are currently on him. 12 people in the chat. Make sure to smash the like button. Make sure to subscribe. I'll really appreciate it. The channel is still new, so still trying to grow it. Ronaldo is currently owned by 40%. That's a lot, man. You really need him in your team because if he goes and scores a hat-trick against young boys, you're already left behind in the first game of the season. So you definitely need Ronaldo in your team. Ronaldo is the guy you have to have in your team. Ronaldo is just Ronaldo. You have to have him. Even for the celebration, even just for that celebration, I'd have him in my team. So Ronaldo is the second option I'd have as my captain. And then the third one, obviously, the one in my team up front is Haaland. Haaland, what a guy as well. This guy scores goal after goal after goal for Dortmund, for Salzburg, for Norway. He scores 65 goals in 65 games. He also scores left foot, right foot. He's just a good guy. He scored 10 goals in the Champions League last season. I think that was like his second season in the Champions League or something. Is very, very good in terms of an option. So Haaland is the third option. In terms of the guys I don't have in my team, obviously I've said I won't have any Liverpool midfielders because I can't afford them. But I'd probably try and get if I have Salah or Mane in my team, I'd probably captain one of them because I expect the Liverpool and AC Milan game to be like 2-2. So both teams will score goals. So I'd have one of them if we really want to have Liverpool assets. But for me, I really can't afford them for match week 1. So I'd ignore them for match week 1. But the rest of the games, when they'll face maybe FC Porto, I'll try and get in maybe Mane or Salah or something. You could also have, if you're trying to go really, really differential in terms of your captain, you could try Mason Mount. He's playing against Zenit at home. You could try Trent Alexander-Arnold, always attacking. He could get you a free kick goal. He could get you an assist from across, all good options. Also, Lewandowski against Barcelona for Bayern Munich. I mean, Barcelona not 100% totally done, obviously. They're still Barcelona, but they've changed a lot, man. Without Messi, I think Braithwaite is injured, Aguero is injured. I do not like Barcelona as an option right now, so that's why I don't have any Barcelona players. So you could also captain Lewandowski. So those could be my options. Those would be my options in terms of captaincy. Here's a differential for you guys. Lassina Traore of Shakhtar. Shakhtar are playing against Sheriff, Champions League debutants. It will cost you £6.5 million. In case you want to have, the only way I can have the likes of Salah in my team, if we take out Gundogan and I bring in Salah, I could probably take out Ronaldo, Haaland, and bring in Lassina Traore. And Lassina Traore has scored 5 goals already for Shakhtar this season. He came from AJAX and he's already scored 5 goals this season. Very, very good option to have there. As a striker, as a 6.5 million striker, I'm expecting him to score. So in case you're looking for his exact name and everything, let me show it to you guys. Lassina Traore. I had it somewhere here. There he is. So he's playing for Shakhtar and is only owned by 1%. So that's a massive differential. So that's another guy you could have as a captain, Lassina Traore of Shakhtar Donetsk. So that is another option. A reminder, there is my league code. You can join my league. The direct link is in the description. Make sure to click and join my league. And then we can compete as always and take a look at how we are doing every single week. I think it will also be easier for me if you guys join the league. And then for next week, I can just be clicking on your teams and just checking how your teams are doing. Let's see. Adi says Lukaku, Mbappe. It has to be Lukaku because Lukaku is playing at home. I know Mbappe is playing against Club Brugge, but it's away from home. So I just have Lukaku at home because he's playing against Zenit. I think Zenit is easier than Club Brugge, if I'm right. I think they're easier. So Lukaku for me. Lukaku has to be there. Who are your other striking options? If you could have both, it could be amazing for you. Because I'm also feeling painful not to have any PSG cover up front. That's why I really even had to go for Hakimi because I need someone in that PSG game. I did not like Messi did not play in the last game, if I'm not wrong, for PSG. Neymar also, there's a game he got subbed off, Messi came in. So I want my striker to play 90 minutes. That's the thing. I really want my striker to play all 90 minutes. So for me, Lukaku is my choice. Lukaku is very good. Everything is going through him at Chelsea. Chelsea have been looking really good for the last two seasons. And in fact, the last 1 year since Tuchel came in, they've looked absolutely fantastic in terms of goal scoring. And in the last 2 years, they've looked good in terms of creating chances. They were creating chances for Werner. He was missing them. Lukaku is not going to miss chances like Werner. So Lukaku is definitely a good option. So those are the best captains that go for Lukaku, Ronaldo, Haaland, Lassina Traore of Shakhtar as a differential. And then also, if you're looking for defenders, Trent Alexander-Arnold, those could be my options. If you want to go Salah Mane, you could as well. So yeah, those are my options. Budget options as well. You could have Destanoglu, the goalkeeper of Besiktas, is a very, very good option as well. So looking at my team again, would there be any changes I'd want to make? I don't think so. I think I'm quite happy with my team. Let me just take a look at it one last time. It's always good to take a look at your team one last time. So Destanoglu, Llorente, Alvarez, Frank Kessie, Vlachodimos, Kimmich, James Wan-Bissaka, Hakimi, Carlos, Gundogan, Mount, Haaland, Lukaku, and Ronaldo. So I think I'm happy with that. I think I'm absolutely happy with that. I think my team will stay like that. So thank you guys for watching. I want anyone who's coming back to watch this to be able to watch before the deadline hits. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to smash the like button. I'll be back every single Champions League week to do a stream. Keep staying safe. Make sure to smash the like, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.